NFL Week 16 anytime touchdown props. Last week we cashed our biggest long shot of the season at plus 600. And this week we have a pay dirt parlay that pays better than 10 to 1. I'm Steve Seagrave from sportsmemo.com. I am in action in the NFL this week, and I do have a special offer to share towards the end of the video. But for now, if you guys enjoy these videos, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and post your touchdown predictions in the comments section. If you don't have a pick, you can type in the letters TD, and that'll help us out with the algorithm. So last week we went 1-3 on our official picks, but we did cash our bigger tickets. Garrett Wilson at plus 165, and then we cashed our biggest long shot play of the year, Bryce Young at plus 600. Unfortunately, Jamar Chase and Brian Robinson Jr. did not get the job done, but we have a whole new batch of players to go through this week, and we're going to look to bust out those brooms again. Let's get right into it and start with Bucky Irving at plus 105 at DraftKings. So he has scored in 6 of his last 11 games, and that actually includes a game against the Raiders where he was knocked out with a wrist injury. However, he looks fully healthy. He is questionable, but I expect him to play after carrying the ball 15 times for 117 yards last week against the Chargers. This is a Cowboys defense that you have to pick on the ground. They've allowed the most rushing touchdowns on the season and the 4th most yards per carry. Bucks favored by 4 on the fast track at Jerry's World. And we see Irving get the lion's share of the red zone carry since he's taken over as kind of the lead back in Tampa. Fully expect him to get in the end zone in what should be a high-scoring game. Number 2 on the list, we're going to go back to Anthony Richardson. He got the job done for us. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. You get him at plus 125 at DK. He scored in 3 of his last 4, with 4 total touchdowns since being reinstated as the starting quarterback in Indy. In those 4 games, he's had 7+ carries, 32+ yards in every game. And he's had 10+ carries, 48+ yards in 2 of those 4 games. He's actually led Jonathan Taylor in carries inside the 5-yard line, 4-3 in those 4 games. So when they get down in there close, it's his number that gets called, or sometimes obviously gets it done on a scramble. Now he's facing a Titans defense, allowing the 4th most quarterback rushing touchdowns with 5, and the 4th most points with 27. I fully expect the Colts to put up some points on the Titans, and for Richardson to get the job done. Number 3, we're going to go to Cooper Kupp, plus 145 at FanDuel. He scored in 3 of his last 5 with 4 total. What I like about this play is he should avoid Sauce Gardner for the majority of the game. Gardner lines up on the outside 85% of his snaps, and that's where Puka Nacua lines up 63% of the time. Kupp is in the slot 63% of the time, and Michael Carter II is questionable with a back injury. Regardless if he plays or not, Kupp is going to have the easier matchup here. He has a 21% target share since returning to action. I think we see a high-scoring game here. We got 47-point total, and I think the Jets are going to score some points themselves. So I think the Rams will need to throw, and I see Kupp being the beneficiary in the end zone. So our pay dirt parlay, Irving, Richardson, Kupp, comes up to plus 1,007 over at DK. Before we do the long shot, I wanted to let you guys know you can get the rest of December free right now if you purchase a January 30-day all-access pass. It's a smoking deal because you get 44 days of all sports, including 5% plays, for just a little bit more than $5 per day. For me, obviously, that's NFL, college football, where we've been running hot, NBA, where we're number 1 so far this season, and NHL, where we have turned a profit with a low volume approach. You get all of those sports, including 5% plays, and I am in action this weekend in the NFL. And if you're watching this before Saturday, I do have a college football play of the week posted. It's a 4% play, and we are on a 8-2 run with our college football plays. So I would check that out if I were you guys. Take advantage of that pass. You get right through the end of January for just a little bit more than $5 per day. The quicker you jump on board, obviously, the better the value. So our long shot play this week, we're going to go Xavier Worthy at plus 265 at FanDuel. He scored a touchdown last week, 76 all-purpose yards, 11 targets, and 3 carries. He was heavily utilized by the Chiefs last week. On the season, he has 7 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 3 on the ground. The Texans do a pretty good job clogging up the running lanes in between the tackles. And then we got Mahomes a little bit banged up here, and I expect Andy Reid to utilize his versatility here as he's able to get the job done through the air and on the ground. And we're seeing him come off a big game where he had plenty of action. So at plus 265, I like Worthy to score, and that'll be our long shot for the week. Our official plays, Bucky Irving, Anthony Richardson, Cooper Kupp. Wrap them up in a pay dirt parlay for plus 1,007. A little bit better than 10-1. As always, my plays, my link to Sports Memo is in the pinned comment. And I always have free plays over at X at StevesBook22, as well as at sportsmemo.com. Next time I see you guys, I will have the broom in hand. Good luck this week. Enjoy the games, and have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys next time.